Hi parents, I just want to greet you and tell you hello. Hope you're having a great day. I wanted to talk to you about something you may have been hearing about from your students, and that is an upcoming trip that I have to Africa. Now, I'm going to be going to Africa with Compassion International here at the end of the month. As you know, I'm sure, our school sponsors a bunch of students through Compassion International. Each classroom that we have sponsors one student through Compassion, where your kids raise just a little bit of money each month that provides some educational materials, some medical supplies, and some food for kids around the world. So we have kids in Indonesia, we have kids in Ecuador, in Peru, in India, and I printed up this map. This map shows where all of our kids are. We've had kids graduate from our program. We have a whole bunch of kids now, and of course each classroom has one. And what's so great about this program is that our kids get to write letters to these kids, and these kids write letters back. And what Compassion's told me is that when these kids receive these letters, it is the biggest day of the month for them. It is a huge deal. And of course, when our kids receive letters from these guys, it's a huge, huge deal for us. So when I get these letters in our school mailbox, one of my favorite things is to deliver them to our classrooms and bring them down to the classrooms and say, hey guys, Luz just wrote a letter, or hey guys, Janet just wrote a letter, here's a letter. And it's just one of the best things. And what it does for our kids is it helps them realize that in America we're so blessed. We're so blessed with so much stuff. And around the world, kids don't have as much stuff as our kids do. And just by giving a little bit of what we have, we can bless someone that doesn't have as much as we do. And so I know my son, just by doing a little bit around the house, he can bless another little guy that doesn't have nearly as much as he has. And that just helps his perspective so much. So Compassion invited me to go to Kenya this year at the end of October and see where our money goes to work. And just in Kenya, they showed me a map, they sent me a map of all the projects just in Kenya where the kids come and get the care, the educational supplies, the medical, the food. And there must have been nearly 200, 170 something projects just in Kenya where kids come and get this care. Now, that's just in that country, but there's projects all over the world where kids get this care. And so I am so impressed with Compassion and with all the care that they give. And so at the end of October, I'm going to go and see where our money goes to work and what type of things that they do with these kids and for these kids. On top of that, our school sponsors 2 kids in Kenya, and I'm going to get to meet 2 of them personally. One of them is Francis. This is Francis. Francis is the kindergarten child. He is 5 years old, and our kindergarten children, they raise the money every month and they send it to go to Francis. I'll meet Francis in person. I'll take pictures with him. I'll bring some gifts from Mrs. Sanchez and her class, and I will give them to Francis. And so I'll be able to bring back pictures, and how real that will be for our children, our 5-year-olds, to be able to see pictures of Francis in real life. I'll also meet Janet. Janet is in 7th grade, and she's sponsored by Mrs. Friesen's class. So I'm going to be able to bring a scrapbook from Mrs. Friesen's class and present it to Janet. And I'm so excited about that. So I wanted to tell you about that because you might be hearing from your students that I'm going to be gone and going to Africa and that type of thing. I just wanted to let you know personally about that and ask for your prayers and let you know also that the school is of course going to be in great hands because of our great staff. And if you need any administrative needs, you can of course call the office, talk to Mrs. Andrews, you can talk to Mrs. Charette, of course, when I'm gone. And everything will be taken care of by our great staff. And then when I get back, I'll give you a report, and I'll do that actually at our Christmas brunch. We're going to kind of theme our Christmas brunch international this year. Mr. Sanchez is already working on that, and then I'll share a little bit there about what I learned when I went with Compassion to see what they do in Kenya. I hope you're all doing well. We love each of your families so much and are glad you're here. Have a great day. God bless you all.